probably pretty close to 22 years now, both in Yaffle, it's a Little League football organization, and then of course Little League baseball, and then basketball in a youth league. Our teams have been fairly successful. Because of my background, my athletic background, I felt like it was important to give back to the community. I didn't have any children when I first started coaching. Now I do have a child, and obviously as he's gotten older, I've been involved with his athletic organizations. I also help in the legal community. I help to put on legal fairs around the state of New Mexico as a result of several different committees or commissions that I sit on, primarily through the State Bar of New Mexico. In fact, this Saturday, if you know anybody in Mosquito, we'll be conducting a legal fair there. Mosquito is near Roy, in between Tucumcari, and kind of near about an hour and a half from Las Vegas. And we're going to do that via the internet. It's the first time we're doing something like that. So we're trying to incorporate technology to try to help people in smaller communities, in particular rural communities, get some legal help. Essentially what we do is we get a bunch of volunteer attorneys from a variety of communities, Albuquerque primarily, and we get them to volunteer their time. And they'll come in here to Metro Court on Saturday, and we have Skype systems set up on several computers, and then we'll have somebody in Mosquito at the high school there in their computer lab, and as individuals, as people, as families come in needing legal help, we'll be able to connect them with an attorney here in Albuquerque, and the attorney here will be able to give them that free legal information. I also teach. I go around to different elementary schools and mid-schools and high schools and talk about civics generally, what it's like to be a judge, how you become a judge, what it's like to be an attorney, really answer any types of questions. A lot of those types of functions are actually organized again through the State Bar of New Mexico. There's Constitution Day, there's Law Day, there's Junior Judges Program, there's the Know the Law Before the Law Knows You program. There's a high school legal essay contest, and I'm actively involved in all of those types of things. So it gets pretty involved. I've actually even set up a separate organization. It's called Jacob's Promise, where we round up all the people here at Metro Court and ask them to adopt families for Christmas. We work with different elementary schools, primarily in the Albuquerque and low-income areas, and essentially they give us their wish list, and then we try to provide all of those items on the wish list. We've been doing that now for pretty close to 10 years, maybe 8 to 10 years now, and it is what it sounds like. We find families that need help, and we provide help at Christmas time. And it's just a wonderful organization. It's a way, again, to give back to the community. And the people here at Metro Court have been wonderful. They've all, for the most part, have been involved in that program. And so it's those types of things. I mean, I think it's my philosophy, really, that you have to help. At some point in time, you have to give back.
In closing, what is the one thing you would like the people who are responsible for putting our candidate on the ballot to know that would help you to convince them that you're the man for the job?
Well, I'm hoping that, first of all, my personality, who I am, and then my experience would be enough. And I know it's difficult because, as you are aware, judges aren't allowed to answer certain questions about how they would rule on any particular issue. And so it's hard for people to know why you? Why this particular judge? Why should we select you? And I think the answer to that is because of our common experiences. Once you get to know the person, once you get to know me, you'll see that we have very common backgrounds and common experiences. I grew up in a poor neighborhood, from a blue-collar family, knew what it was like to work hard, did work hard. Our family is very close-knit. They're a fantastic family to come from, and so the foundation was already set. And then when you look at all the things that I've done since I've been old enough to get involved and see how active I have been, I'm hoping that people will recognize that their experiences and my experiences are very similar. And why that's important is because while we can't, as judges, promise how we're going to rule on anything, I can promise this: I'll understand. And the reason that I'll understand is because of that common experience, because of that common bond, because most people that come from that environment understand how other people who come from that environment are. And so I'm hoping that with all of that, that I'd be ideally suited for the position.
Well, thank you for the time.
Well, thank you.
And we look forward to seeing more of you.
Well, thank you.